where it is today, and then give you guys a perspective on what you need to be doing in order to get yourself in the same shoes or in a similar boat to where you're the online authority. People are looking to you, people are messaging you, they're reaching out to you, they're asking you for advice, and you're getting those messages like you see me posting those screenshots in the group of people saying they want to work with you, they've been following you for a while. Okay, so and then how to monetize it and start generating a consistent amount of leads, because a lot of people, they're posting content, they're going crazy with it, and they're just posting up a lot of videos and stuff, but they're not generating any leads because they're missing some step to the process. So there is a whole process to this, and I want to break this down for you guys. So there's a few steps, a few things that I want to kind of cover. Number one is, what type of stuff should you be posting and shouldn't you be posting? Because a lot of people are posting a lot of stuff, but then I kind of look at it, I see it on my feed, and it kind of repels me a little bit. And the number one thing that you shouldn't be posting is anything that's really like your problems. I see a lot of people complaining on social media, or complaining about their job, complaining about their day, complaining about what happened with them. And it's not just like one complaint. It's like if you scroll down their feed, they're just like complaining about the government, complaining about just a bunch of stuff. So I usually never post anything that's really too much complaining, too much bitching, or any problems that's going on in my life. Because let's be honest here, everyone has problems in their life, right? You don't need to post those up on social media for everyone to see. And I mean, it kind of seems common sense, but some people they really need it to stick with them because they don't understand that, and they think they're doing everything right, when in reality, like, your problems, no one wants to do it. Leaders follow leaders, and if you got to think of the mentality of a leader, will a leader be posting up any of their problems? So obviously no real negative stuff. There is some negative stuff that does work, it draws attention, but I believe it's like the wrong type of attention that you want, not the type of following that you really want to build. So what should you be posting? Okay, and there's an acronym I like to use for this, and it's called MELTS, MELTS. And basically the M stands for motivation, the E is education, the L, lifestyle, the T, training, the S, success stories. So I want to break down each of these, you guys, and explain why it works so well. Okay, so motivation. So your goal when you're posting content, is to motivate people, obviously, to get them thinking outside of their own box, get them really inspired to do more and become more. And there's a lot of different ways you can do this. Obviously through videos, whether you're sharing someone else's videos like Eric Thomas, Les Brown, Jim Rohn, or anyone that you find very, very motivational, and you post it up on your wall with like a little motivational quote or something. Quotes work very well too. Like your blog post, you create a little blog post, you have your favorite motivational audios, your favorite motivational books, and then you can share that onto Facebook. So anything revolved around motivation, I find usually gets very, very good engagement with it, because a lot of people, and this saying, you guys, rings with me, and it stuck with me when I heard it for the first time. I think I heard it from Joe Rogan. He said motivation, it's a lot like showering. It's effective, but only for a short period of time. That's why it's recommended daily. My motivation doesn't just like stay all the way up all the time, and it usually dips and it goes down. In order to keep myself at a high frame of motivation, so I'm constantly like pushing and creating content, creating videos, trying to rank videos, posting up on Instagram, just staying on top of the game, sending out emails, is because I'm always plugging into stuff that motivates me, and I'm sharing it out there, whether it be through a video that I share of someone else or whether I create the content. So if you create the content, that's even better, because people that are sharing Eric Thomas's stuff, it's just because he's creating so much motivational content. So if you're the person that puts yourself in that shoes, you listen to an audio, like a Les Brown audio, then you pop up on camera or something, then you just go off on camera. You might be a little embarrassed. It might be a little bit weird, especially if you're doing it in public or something. I've definitely had some situations where I'm walking, there's like people around me. It feels a little awkward, but once you get yourself out of your shell and you put yourself out there, people will respect you for that. So motivation, very, very big. Okay, now the E, education. So you want to educate people about the network marketing industry, educate them about the corporate world, educate them about how money works, educate them about mindset, different things that educate people, even on your business. I'll make like different videos educating people. I've made a few out there of how MLSP works. Like I have a video, if you type in Funnelizer, MLSP Funnelizer, that people see that, and I'm educating them how to set up a sales funnel. So I'm not only teaching other people how to do it, it helps me out because I have to familiarize myself with the system, familiarize myself with different personal development, and then by teaching it to people, it like kind of sticks with me even more. So when you're educating people on that stuff, that's very big. And one of my personal favorites, you guys, obviously is lifestyle. This is very big, because what do people want out of a home-based business, right? They want to have more time freedom to travel. That's a big thing. Travel is like one of the biggest industries that want to have more time freedom to spend with their family, take their family on vacations. They want to be able to live the lifestyle, whether they want to go surfing, skiing all the time. And that's why I talk about, I'll see you on the beaches of the world. The bank, the scales of the world, the beaches of the world. I say that all the time. That's partly so it ingrains into my unconscious at the end of my videos, so that when I finally do travel to beaches, I'm like, this shit's working. You know what I'm saying? And then by saying that and then showing it in your videos, it's the end result of what people want. And Mark Hoverson, he was talking about this. He gave a little example. It's pretty basic, but he says, everyone's focused on talking about their products. Not everyone, but like 99% of people in this industry, they're like, my product's so great. Here's what ingredients are in the product. Here's all this stuff about the product and how great it is for you. And reality is, people aren't. I'm just going to use health and nutrition, for example. This can work for any type of company. But health and nutrition is a big one because people don't care really, what's in the product. Some people do. They're big health nuts and everything, but they most so care about what the product's going to make them look like. The end result, right? How it's going to make them look really, really good in a bikini, in a swimsuit, look good on the beach, have them walk into a gym and have other people really impressed by what they look like. So as opposed to talking about your product, you want to have, your method of marketing be the portal. It's like a portal that transports them into the future of what they want their lifestyle to look like. So you can do that a bunch of different ways. If you guys aren't living, the lifestyle where you're like traveling all over the place, you can talk about it. Just talk about it. That inspires people and that motivates them too. So talk about your dreams, your goals, your aspirations in your content through your blog posts, in your little Instagram statuses and everything, and how it's shifting your mindset and how this industry is impacting you on a much bigger level. And people are very, very attracted to lifestyle. So every trip that you take, if you go on vacation, if you take a little business trip, if you go, out of your house and you go to a different city, a different state, find creative little spots that you can take pictures in. Like if you guys look at just like my last post on my feed, when I was visiting Paul, we were just like hanging out at like a little rooftop bar, and cool little view right there, right? So we snap a little picture right there, throw it up. You can use little apps on your phone like to edit the photos, make them look a little bit better, stand out a little bit more. The one that I love, my favorite, is Aviary. It's Aviary. And this allows you to edit all of your photos. And what you guys can do is, like, when you post up a little lifestyle, like a little picture or something, you can have like a little quote or a little story with it. Stories do very, very well too. So stories are huge. And then you can have a link to your capture page in it. And then it leads them through your funnel. So if you scroll through my feed, you'll see like several posts have different links in it. Now, I don't do it in every single one, and there's a reason for that. I'll get into it a little bit later, but lifestyle is very big, okay? So the T is training. So anything that just trains people, like Jim Rohn says, you teach them you train them how the business works, you teach them how life works. So a combination of the two. So you can train them how to be better closers. You can train people, how to be better at prospecting. You can train people, how to set up I need to do this. How to set up a Google Hangout, and still haven't figured it out yet. But some things that will educate people on different how-to videos. And I find this how-to videos rank very well too, because people are always looking for how to do stuff. Like I ranked a video, how to make money on Instagram. And that one's generating like a few thousand views per month and quite a bit of leads for that. So like different training videos and stuff, whether you're creating them or you're sharing them, that's very good. And the last thing, success stories. This is number one, along with lifestyle, really, because people want to see other people getting results. And the biggest hold up for people is, I don't know how to do this when I'm not getting results, right? How can I become an online authority if I'm not making any money? I have no proof to show people. The best proof that you can show people is other people's success. So if you're promoting MLSP, you can take other success stories in the company. When they have a member of the month, like they announce the member of the month, give that person a shout out. Even though they're not on your team personally, people on other teams and everything like that, it helps not only associate yourself with them, so they'll see you as like, oh, this person's giving me a shout out, that's awesome, and then they'll recommend you other stuff. They'll recommend your videos. They might scroll through your feed, but you're showing that other people are getting results in your company, MLSP, whatever it may be. That works very, very well. When I didn't have any results, that's what I was doing all the time until I got results, and then I just like was able to travel, and then the lifestyle just kind of took over with everything. I do need to get back to sharing more success stories though, because it's very powerful. I'm not sure if you guys have really done a lot of three-way calls, but when I was starting out in marketing, with network marketing, I was always on three-way calls, and I would literally rely on my upline success story all the time. So I would just like edify them. So it's kind of the same concept and the same principle and the philosophy behind that, just a different method that you're doing through, you know, social media. But just remember those things right there, MELTS, and if you guys keep those in mind, when you're like, I don't really know what to post today, just be like, think, okay, maybe I can post something motivational, or, you know, oh, hey, I went on a little hike the other day, or I went to the beach, or I want something that you can post up. So staying consistent with it, you know, it's good to post like every single day. You don't have to post a video every day, but at least trying to get like a picture or something up on your Instagram, a motivational quote or a picture of yourself. So I like to mix all that stuff up. Okay, now the next thing I want to cover, you guys, is pretty big, and this is huge, and this is what's allowed me to have a big breakthrough: active versus passive marketing. All right, active versus passive marketing. And what's the difference between the two? All right, well, I've given this analogy many times, you know, sandcastles and bricks, stacking with that. Well, active is, you know, obviously the sandcastles, and I believe when you're starting out, you need a combination of both. And I believe you'll always need a combination of both. Otherwise, you know, because it just keeps your skills sharp. You know, when it comes to like talking with people, engaging with them, prospecting, doing that stuff. Like I never really enjoyed it, so I was more heavily centered on the passive marketing, which was creating videos and blog posts and the content that would stay around, like an Instagram picture, for example, from 3 years ago. That's passive content right there. So it takes time to create it and put it up. But once you put it up, it's there forever, as long as your account doesn't get deleted, right? So when you have that content that's up there forever, you see people that make video on video on video on video that don't really get much engagement. It's just because all they're doing is passive. They're waiting. They're waiting for people to hit them up. They're waiting for that. And if you do that and you're new and you're just waiting for people, it'll take you like 6 months to a year before you really start getting some traction with that. And I'm sure you guys have probably experienced this. And you know, this was my mistake for not teaching you the active forms as well, because while you're creating the passive, the videos, the blog posts, and you're sharing them on social media, this will allow your engagement to go absolutely through the roof. It's do active. And active is you're engaging with other people. It's so simple, you guys. If you do this, make this a daily habit, message 10 people per day, all right? Message 10 people per day on Facebook. Simple enough, right? This doesn't take too long. You could wake up in the morning before you go to work, or you know, start your daily routine. Just send out 10 messages to people on them. You see, like on your newsfeed, if you scroll down, you could like their post, comment on their post, and just send them a quick message. Just engaging with them like that, what it does is it sends your energy out there to other people. And when you message them and you have no intention of like, oh, I'm messaging them because I'm trying to sign them up, don't have that intention. Message them with the intention that, you know, I'm really interested in what this person's doing, and I'm curious to learn more about them as a person, really. And if you have that intention, well, here's what's going to happen, all right? If someone comments on your post, what do you naturally do? Reply back to the comment, oh, thanks, appreciate that. But sometimes you might tap on their profile, like, who is this person, right? Especially if they leave a big compliment on it or something like, hey, great video, love the value you gave. You're going to click on their profile. You might look through their feed. Well, guess what? They're going to do the same thing to you. And when they look through your feed and they see all your motivational posts, your lifestyle posts, your success stories that you're putting out there, they're going to start liking the crap out of all your stuff. And the more people that you do that with, guess what's going to happen? The better you get, they're going to start sharing your content, and it just starts blowing up from that point on. So that's really how I got my engagement up to the point where it is today. And I need to go back and start doing a lot more active marketing methods, but that works very, very well, you guys. So, you know, staying consistent, you know, try and make at least, you know, 2 videos per week, 2 quality videos per week where you're just like creating good content, and you know, make the video, upload it onto YouTube, upload it on your blog, share it onto Facebook, and then make it a habit, like reach out to 10 people in the morning, and then you can go about your day, come back later at night, like right around now, and then just respond to them and just have conversations, asking them questions about what they do. This is all I do when I do active marketing, you guys. Like right now, I have like 50 messages, text messages I need to get back to, and all I'm doing with these people is I'm asking them questions about, hey, yo, where are you from? You know, a little small talk first. It kind of leads up before I even start getting into talking about the system and marketing and stuff. I'm like, hey, yo, where are you from? Like, you know, what do you do? What do you do for a living? You know, are you full time in your business, or are you part time? Just like quick little questions like that. I just get them talking, and I can actually post up a screenshot, you guys, of a conversation that I have with one girl, and how I structured it and how I led her into wanting to know more about what I do and how I can help her out, because I'm just engaged with her, and I'm saying, you know, like, you know, how are you building it? Are you mostly customer? Are you a distributor? Do you do a lot of home events, meetings? Are you mostly online marketing? So it's gauging based on, you know, like taking the doctor approach, like we talked on a few hangouts back, where you're asking them questions to prescribe them with the solution, and the solution is obviously, MLSP, your primary company, depending on what they're going through. But as long as you're doing that and you're creating the content, your following is just going to blow through the roof. And a big thing, and this is from Gary Vaynerchuk, is being able to monetize this. All right, so monetize your following. So as it starts to grow and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, you need to be building your list. And if you guys, obviously, you're familiar with the sales funnel. I'm not sure how much you guys have played around with the funnelizer, but my favorite part of MLSP is the funnelizer by far. That's why I love it, absolutely love it, because you can customize your own pages, you can check the tracking, and you can really just like start driving every single person to the page that asks for their email address and just start building that up, building it up, building it up. And then what I do is when I create a piece of content, so I'm thinking throughout the day, I'll like wake up in the morning, I'll do a little bit of personal development, like, Power of Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy, just one book right here. I'll take some notes on it. I'll be like, okay, how can I turn this into a piece of content that motivates someone to really see things in a different way? Maybe it like trains them a little bit and it gives a call to action to go to my website, growwithnick.com. So I'll create the content. Then what I'll do is I'll upload it to YouTube and I'll monetize the video. So I'll throw in a title for a keyword that I want to rank, whether the keyword is The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy. Maybe that's the keyword. It gets like 100 searches per month. Hey, that's fine as long as I'm getting a few views per day. Gary Vaynerchuk says 1 is greater than 0. As long as you're getting one more person per day to see your content, it's better than no one, right? So as long as you're making the video. So I'll make the video, upload it to YouTube, then I'll upload it to Facebook too. And when it's on Facebook, what I'll do is I'll send out an email, a broadcast to my entire list with that video right there. So not only did I use YouTube, I used Facebook, but I broadcasted out to all of them to increase the exposure. When I didn't have as big of a list from all my marketing, what I would do is I would grow in group pages and I would just post up the video in the group pages, the link to YouTube, and that generated me some views. People would friend request me from that. So, I had to share the video out there in different places before I could just like make it and then just like just email it out with a few clicks. So it's going to take some hustling, grinding in the beginning, but trust me, you guys, your following will build up over time and it will start growing. Your engagement will start building up, and just like Gary Vaynerchuk says, jab, 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 right hook. It's more like jab, 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 and then whenever you throw a right hook, they'll listen to you and they'll do whatever it is that you want, basically. Whether you tell them to, hey, get started with the system, they're going to be sitting there open-minded because every one of your videos they're watching expecting a shit ton of value. So when you do pull that right hook, they know that it's going to be value when they decide to throw some money into it and get started with the system. All right. So and then you could just link them to your capture page, your sales funnel, and even your blog. Have it set up like if you guys play around with it, like the different tabs, you can have different capture pages set up to that. I don't want you guys to get confused with like all the technical stuff, because just understand that the 95% of success is really all in your mindset, really getting your mindset right, the personal development, all that stuff. So I mean, like, very, very simple, you guys. There's nothing complicated to it. Just staying on top of your game and constantly keeping yourself in the mindset to stay motivated nonstop. Because where people fall off is where they stop plugging into the stuff that keeps them motivated. So they're just like, a week goes by, 2 weeks goes by, and they're like, well, I don't really feel like making videos. I don't really feel like writing a blog post. I don't feel like posting up on social media right now. And that's because they're not reading. They're not listening to audios nonstop. I mean, I'll say this on every hangout. I'm always walking around listening to stuff in my ear, because I have to get over years of negative programming from other people, right? From my teachers saying you got to work hard to make money, and programming these beliefs onto me. So once you change those beliefs, then you have a whole different perspective on everything. Like everything, when it comes to like even just making a video, when you ever feel like complaining or like things aren't going your way, or like a couple people quit in your business, naturally the emotional response would to feel like a little bit of fear, like, oh crap, I'm losing people, what's going to happen to my income, what's going to happen, will other people start quitting, anxiety, you're going to start to worry. But once you get control over your emotions and you learn how to become a master of your own emotions, when stuff like that happens, you won't sweat it. And if you guys have been listening to Your Wish is Your Command, like I recommended, those audios right there, will really, really, really help you become a better manager of your own emotions. And when you're portraying yourself out there on social media, people can feel your energy through your videos. They can feel your energy through your pictures, as crazy as that sounds. And as long as you're constantly raising your energy, and you're participating in high vibrational stuff, you're going to attract high vibrational people that are just attracted to you. And not like a sexual way, but attracted to you to where it's like, I want to do whatever that person's doing because they're living the lifestyle that I want to live. So, I mean, I hope that gives you guys some good value. I hope you can still hear me. It's not too choppy. You know, Will, I saw you laughing, but you've just been laughing all night, man.
I mean, the reason I was laughing, I mean, because I really was listening. I heard every word you said, and I was taking notes. But when you were going through melts, and then you went to success stories S, you said sex first, and then you said success, and then I was just like, wow, wow, I totally caught that, and I think you knew that I caught that because I can't stop laughing for nothing. But I got a lot out of it, honestly. What do you guys think, Kelly, Carrie?
Yeah, as far as, I mean, I honestly think that stuff that you shouldn't be posting is almost as important as stuff you should be posting on social media. So, I know I sometimes have a block, so this is kind of a good, like, checklist for me. You know, what should I write? Because I've been doing a lot more reading myself too, so I kind of like the whole, like, reading it, thinking about how you can what can you put out to motivate or inspire someone, and how can you turn that into a call to action? So yeah, that was cool.
Mm-hmm. And one thing I do, and this helps me, you know, create good motivational stuff, is I'll follow people that are doing really, really well with online marketing, getting like crazy engagement, like over
Mhm.
200 likes per post or 100 likes per post, whatever it may be. And whenever they post up like a clever little saying or a clever little quote or something, and I'm just like, damn, that was good. When I think that, I'm like, perfect. So I'll copy that and I'll have a little notepad in my phone, and I just do this right
Mm.
here. It says quotes right there. So I'll just
Nice.
throw quotes. And I have like, you know, boom, just all these quotes from everything that I've seen in my news feed. And if you
Oh.
let that moment pass you by, where you're like, that's a good idea, you'll forget that idea. And whenever I post up a picture on Instagram or something, I do have little writer's block sometimes. I'm like, crap, what should I put on this? I don't know what caption to put. You know, I'll just like scroll through my quotes and I'll see if one pertains to that. So that kind of helps with content as well as that helps with
Nice.
email headlines, and you know, that helps with blog titles too of your posts.
Right. I have a question because I caught a lot of stuff, but one thing that I either kind of missed or wasn't very listening very clearly on. Can you clarify the difference between active and passive marketing again for me?
Yeah. So passive marketing is basically stuff that when you create and then you just sit back and you wait for the leads to come in. So like you rank a video, for example, on YouTube, and it's for a keyword like, you know, how to, you know, how to create a blog post or how to make a blog, something like
Okay.
that. And then you talk about, you know, the importance of blogging. You talk about how to set up a blog post, and you talk about the benefits of using MLSP because it's more efficient than WordPress, and give a call to action to go to your link. That's how I would do it, really. So, you know, find problem solution, and then just plug in system company as the solution and just relate to their problems through your story, and through your passive marketing you have that out there, and those are the bricks. Okay, those are the bricks that are stacking up, making your wall bigger, making your empire bigger. You know, over time it grows, but if all you do is passive marketing, then it's going to take a while before you start getting some real engagement on your posts, and that's why you need active marketing at the same time. And active is just, you know, like Snapchat. Snapchat's a perfect example. Periscope's a perfect example because it forces people to be really more engaged with it. Because, for example, a 7-second video on Snapchat, someone has to literally like tap their phone, tap it right there, and watch it. Otherwise, it's going to go away if they look at it and they can't watch it again. You can like repeat it like a couple times or something. I'm not too familiar with Snapchat. I need to get on it because I know it's like absolutely massive with it. But Snapchat and Periscope are very, very big for active marketing because that allows your audience to constantly stay engaged with you, especially when you're reaching out to them back and forth. And when you're active with them, and that's going deep, that's going in depth with your audience and being more relatable to them. And then your engagement on your passive videos and your posts will go up more because you're showing interest in them. Does that make sense?
It does. So basically, active is basically the right now, and passive is the overtime, and you need a mix of both in order for this to work.
Yep. So and you need to paint a bigger vision of what your passive marketing is going to turn into. Otherwise, the motivation will just cut off, and you're like, I don't feel like making any more videos.
Right. Okay.
And you need to have like a little bit of passion behind the passive. Otherwise, it'll just be a hassle, man. And the reason why I get results through video marketing is because I fucking love it. Like, I love doing it. I love like every little shot that I shoot. Like, how can I get the angle a little bit better? You know, how can I incorporate music and fade it in and out and just like make the video look clean with social media at the end and different stuff. Like that right there really just like gets me motivated to keep creating content. So when you're making your videos, talk about stuff that you have fun talking about. Like if you don't like doing how-to videos, then don't do how-to videos. You don't have to. It's just recommending because I like doing that. I mean, I like educating people. My mind kind of works in a linear fashion, like showing people step by step how to do it and breaking it down in a way that they can understand. But if you're more of like a, I guess you could say, it's either, I think it's left brain. Like left brain, you're more not mathematical and analytical, but you're more like free-spirited, you know, have fun, just like talk about, you know, dreams, goals, aspirations. That stuff works even better than the how-tos. The how-tos is good for when people like need like a tutorial or something, or for the analytical type people. But when you're talking to the more free-spirited type people, that's why like a combo of both is really good, so you can relate to a wider audience.
Okay. So, are you familiar with the personality color thing? Like if you're blue, yellow, red, green, are you familiar with those?
Yeah, it's been a while since I've heard it, but like blue, like greens, like, you know, analytical, making money. Red's power, like aggression
Red
and
power.
stuff. Yeah.
So you kind of strike me as a blue-green, if I'm not mistaken. You love to have fun, but you love numbers as well.
Yeah.
Like for me, I guess I'm more of left brain, like you said, because I'm very free-spirited. I love to have fun. I often post stuff like motivational and inspirational people because over time, even before MLSP, I kind of already figured out, oh, this is what people want to read. Because what can I say that'll help someone in their day? And that was just because. But yeah, okay, yeah, I totally get it. Thanks.
I have a question about the personality thing. Is that just something you can go online and you're just like, oh, I'm this or I'm this color or whatever, or do you like take some kind of test or quiz to see like what you turn out like to be, or how does that work?
Mike Dillard actually recommended this at the MLSP event. It's called 16personalities.com.
16 personalities.
I think that's what it's called. At least let me be sure.
So is it like a personality test or?
Yeah, it literally tells you everything about yourself.
Huh.
Because we have a similar thing in my company. I mean, it's still a color test, but it's like through Marcusetta. I don't know if you know him or not, but I ended up being a yellow-blue because I care a lot about people. I care about your well-being. Even if I don't know you, I still care about you. But at the same time, I still love to have fun. Mm-hmm. So if you don't know, just for clarification, yellow is compassionate, loving, probably loyal, the sweetest one. Okay, probably emotional.
Mm-hmm.
Fun, go to parties, live it up, live it out to the fullest. You know, you only live once, that type of thing. Red is the competitive, sometimes aggressive, and green is the very analytical, on time, very organized, will come early type of person. And if you piss off a yellow, he'll be more powerful than a red, from what I've been told. But I don't know. That's just what I've been told. But I don't know. But yeah, so Nick strikes to me as a green-blue or a blue-green. I'm a yellow-blue, and I don't know. You should take the test and find out. And then over time, what it helps you do, it doesn't like you or try to separate you from anyone else. What it does is it helps you relate to other people better. So that way, if you look at them, you don't have to call them outright or red, but you can just like relate to them on a better level. You know what I'm saying? But like, totally. oh, you're this. Like for my roommate, for example, he's a straight up red. I know he's a red. But and what reds love is if you appeal to their ego. They absolutely love it, and it's not or challenge, or just but you can't do this or anything like that. It's little things like really it's common sense. But if you go through the training, I mean, I have my own training. I don't know if there's anything online that could really teach you. Maybe there's something on YouTube, but it'll really teach you how to really identify with other people. Be like, oh, you're blue? Oh, well, what'd you do last weekend? Or something like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Did that make any sense? All right, cool.
Yeah, definitely.
But it really helps. Yeah.
So.
No, that's good stuff too. Especially when you're actively engaging, you're asking people questions. Why are you? What do you do in the business for? A lot of people will say, I want to, make enough money to get out of my job. You can kind of tell they're a little green personality, and then they're like, well, awesome. So what are you going to do when you quit your job? I'm going to travel the world. I'm going to have some fun. So the green, blue. So then you can see those colors, and then you could just speak to those how you love that aspect as well. Because I believe everyone has a little bit of each color in them, obviously, but some are more prominent than others. Like red's a little low, but blue's very high, and yellow's really high and stuff. So, dude, that's good stuff, man. I remember one of the top leaders in our old company was talking about that stuff too. So that's like really important. But yo, guys, I gotta head out. I have to go pick up one of my buddies got a drone, so I gotta go grab that from him before he passes out, and then pack up, wake up at.
Uh-oh.
Well, at least he told us.
He busted out way too still. And he's like, I gotta go.
Oh my god.
I'm out.
It's like he knew. It's like he knew. It's like he knew. He totally knew. He's just like, oh no, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. And we're still live. Like, oh my god, is this from still recording?